Hello, J.J. Zwada with Income Property Organization, Managing Broker, Indiana. I'm joined here again today with Kevin Jahnke, Associate Broker of Indiana. Kevin, 2021, absolutely incredible year for multifamily with apartment demand at all-time highs. Now, of course, with this increased demand, it's translated to two things for operators: low vacancy rates and rising rental rates. Specifically, we observed a vacancy rate of about 4.3% in Metro Detroit, just shy of 5% in Columbus and just over 5% in Indianapolis.
Yeah, and I think even more impressive than that, with vacancy rates that low, you would expect rents to either be stagnant or, even slightly coming down. But we saw rental rate growths in Columbus and Detroit over 8%, and Indianapolis was a staggering 10.5%.
I mean, truly incredible rise. So do you think this will continue? I mean, can this continue? With the end of the government stimulus checks, the inflationary environment we now find ourselves in, can rents continue to increase when your average consumer has less disposable income and the dollars they do have just don't go as far as they once did?
I think so. I think your inflationary pressures are also going to affect the operators, and as their expenses go up, they're simply just going to pass those costs through to the tenants. One indicator we do like to follow, in addition to vacancy rates, is collection percentages. NMHC puts out a report once a month, shows the current collection percentage. Right now, nationally, we're in the low 90s. Last 24 months, we were in the high 90s, so a slight dip, but not too far off of where we were pre-pandemic. But at the end of the day, I think we still have such a significant housing shortage in this country that until that changes, demand will just simply outpace supply.
Yeah, and I certainly understand that. And the bulk of housing nationally is, of course, workforce housing. But what about Class A, even low-income housing?
Low-income housing is different. You have government-controlled rents and a lot of tenants on subsidies, so I don't think that will feel the pain as much. And Class A, I believe, will be the least affected class of all the housing. Over the last few years, you've seen tenants that can afford it have this flight to quality where the millennial generation has decided they'd rather rent than buy, and with such, they've looked for more home-like with more amenities and better locations and nicer places to live. So if they can afford it, they'll certainly pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with that, especially when you consider the typical demographic of a Class A renter. I mean, and simply put, their income levels provide a little insulation against any of these rising costs. So I guess with that, your forecast is we're likely to see increases in 22, just perhaps not as robust as what we saw in 21.
Yeah, I mean, we've been on a meteoric pace the last few years. I think there's likely to be a slowdown, but it'll still increase.
Well, great. Well, thanks for the talk, and thank you for you guys' time today. We look forward to seeing you again.